Welcome to the Texas Death Certificate Project. I'm Jean Bavender, the project specialist. So what is the purpose of this project? We are indexing additional fields on the Texas death certificates from 1890 to 1976, which is about 4.5 million death records. These new fields are being added to the original index fields and then uploaded back to Family Search. These new fields will better define if the deceased person is the correct ancestor. So what are the 7 new fields? We're adding the deceased race, the informant's name, the burial date, the burial place, which includes the town or city, county, and the state, the cemetery name, the funeral home name, the funeral home's director's name, and we're also correcting the county name where the death occurred if it's needed. And it's the only field on the original indexing that we're correcting or changing in any way. There is also an introductory video that you can watch to learn more. And here's the link on the slide. I'll give you about 10 seconds to write that down. The reason for this Texas Death Certificate project was due to the Conroy Community Center Cemetery project. The people of Conroy had been working on identifying the names of those buried in this forgotten cemetery. When the Texas Family Search volunteers got involved in their work. And with the community's agreement, this project has been building trees and family search for those identified as buried in this cemetery. Robert Baltriff Jr. is such an example. This project realized that if these 7 additional fields that are already on the Texas death certificates were to be added to the original index data, that this would enhance the Conroy project's efforts to build trees and family search, like this one for Robert Baltriff Jr. One of our people who are working on both our projects, the Conroy Community Cemetery project, as well as helping us start to index additional fields on our Texas death certificates, this gal was working on a death certificate and discovered it was for Robert Baltriff Jr. And while she was adding the new fields, she realized that the actual location of where he was buried did agree with what she had on her Conroy cemetery list for Robert Baltriff Jr. And so with this information, there was confidence in believing, yes, this was the right death certificate and he really is buried in that cemetery. And so they felt comfortable in adding it as a source and building his tree and family search. So how do we get started? Well, first thing, we need to get trained and know how to use this, do this additional indexing. This website here, as well as this QR code over here on the right, will take you to our training wiki page. Once you're on the wiki page, the first thing you're going to find on that page is a big old Texas flag. And you click on the flag and it will take you to our training video. And you will also see on this page some PDFs that gives you more instructions and helps on the fields. And you also find that there's a list of frequently answered questions. They'll also give you some good hints by fields. So inside the video itself, toward the end, there is a link that will be provided that'll brings up a registration form that you fill out with your name and your user name and a valid email address, which is important, and you click submit. The reason that email is so important is the next step, you will get an email from Texas Death Certificate Project that will have yet another link to the FSTS tool, where that will take you to actually sign up with your username and select a password. And then you're in the tool and ready to start indexing. So why are we using FSTS online tool instead of Family Search? Well, when we brought this project to Family Search to get their permission to add the 7 fields to the Texas death certificates, it was decided that they wanted to make sure that the original death certificates and the original indexing would still always be available to those working inside of Family Search on their family trees. So we decided it made sense that if we loaded some of the films from that group from 1890 to 1976 into FSTS online. So at any period of time, we only have a portion of those loaded, and we created work packages that allows you to then select an index. And once an entire film has been indexed, the new fields added, we then have our team of reviewers go over it to make sure it's all accurate. And then we notify Family Search that these films are ready to be uploaded back into Family Search. And so basically kind of overnight, one day you didn't have the 7 fields in Family Search, and the next day you do. Okay, so we have in Family Search, there has been death certificates organized into work packages. This is by film name, numbers, and by the name of the county. And again, you can enter a county name if you just want to work in a specific county because that's where you live or where your family's from. And that's basically how you work in it. Inasmuch as you have done this unto one of the least of these, my brethren, you have done it unto me. Sometimes indexing can be boring and tedious, but if one death record can be identified as a valid ancestor for someone else due to our new fields, then our efforts are totally worth it. Of course, that quote's from Matthew 25:40. Here are the 3 names of folks you can reach out to contact if you have any questions or problems. If you decide to join us, myself and Bruce and Vicki. And again, we want to thank you from NNA Family Search Records of Texas.